I am still afraid of the dark. Yes, it is embarrassing to admit it. And I've had this fear since I was a young whippersnapper. It's silly, I know. Don't judge me. In fact, I still get scared of a lot of silly things. Zombies, ghosts, monsters, spirits, dinosaurs, etc. Recently, I was wondering, how is it possible for me, a self-proclaimed atheist, to be afraid of the same supernatural entities that I say I don't believe in? How do those two realities coexist within my mind? Does the fear make me less of an atheist? I don't really know. And since by and large, no one really cares about my neurotic thoughts, I decided to share anyways. Fear as an atheist. We'll see how this goes. Bear with me, please. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Omo, humbled to have you watching. If you're new here, I make videos about my experiences being an atheist, particularly a Black, Nigerian, African atheist, and my thoughts on a variety of topics related to non-belief. If you're interested in tagging along for that, don't forget to subscribe before you head out. In the comments below, let me know what you think about my irrational fears and about dealing with fear of the supernatural in general as an atheist. I would love to hear from you. Okay, thanks. Before I get into how I deal with my fear, let me first explain my absence. I have been out of the game for over 2 months now. I have come to the realization that every so often I need a break from content creating, partly because of time. I work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and have relationships and family to maintain, other hobbies to pursue, and general life maintenance. I want to turn out content more quickly, but my current process just demands so much time from me. To conceptualize an idea and then to write it in a way that makes sense and is entertaining, and then to shoot and then to edit. Oh my goodness, editing takes me forever. I am just really slow with all of that because I strive for a particular vibe in my videos. I haven't yet found a way to juggle all of that without sacrificing other parts of my life. I'm working on it though. My absence has also been due to a lack of inspiration and direction. After my last round of videos, I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to go with all of this. What's next for my channel? I'm still spending time making sense of all of this and trying to figure out who I want to be as a YouTuber. Currently, what I do know is that I don't want to devote energy towards attacking or disproving a religion. I just don't care much in that direction, you know? And correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume that my audience is not made up of theists, and so I have no interest in playing that game. I would rather my focus be on sharing how I live my life as an atheist and how my atheism plays a role in different areas of my life and in my decision-making process. I see myself as more of an example for non-believers and for anyone who is genuinely interested in what it really means to live as an atheist. And to do that, I actually need to live my life and see what happens. Which is exactly what I was doing when I came up with the idea for this video. It was a regular weekday night. I was decompressing how I usually do by jamming out to some music and cleaning up around the house. So I made my way downstairs to lay some hands on the kitchen area, and while I was washing the dishes, I noticed out of the corner of my eye that the door to the basement was wide open. It leads to a long, dark stairway. A basement stairway. You know the type. Just seeing the open doorway and seeing the darkness of the stairway was enough to jumpstart a very familiar feeling for me. I can only describe that feeling as the Heebie Jeebies. The Heebie Jeebies always start with the hyper-awareness of my surroundings. I notice how dimly lit my place is. I notice all kinds of sounds. I am more aware that it is nighttime. I become very aware that I am all alone in my apartment. The vibes are all off. And then the increased awareness invites all the scariest things I've ever seen in my life to flood my mind. My mind thinks, oh, it's time to be scared? Well, remember It the Clown? That was scary. Yes, I remember that. What about that demon from the movie Fallen? I do remember. Ooh, and the girl from The Ring. Ugh, yes, I remember her too. Well, she's definitely behind that door. All the residue of the original fear I felt when I encountered those scary things starts hitting me right in the gut. I experience both the visual recollection and the physiological recollection in these moments of heebie-jeebies. And I don't like it. So I shut the door, just to turn down the heebie-jeebies a bit. And most of the time I just remove the trigger and continue with my life, or it just wears off as I bring my focus back to the present and to the task at hand. It happens primarily when I'm alone at night. It doesn't ever never happen when I'm around other people unless they're asleep. On this particular occasion, I felt more embarrassed about this than I usually do. Like, damn it, I am almost 30 fucking years old. When will this nonsense end? Why do I feel these things? Why am I like this? Now, I cannot say with 100% certainty, but sometimes I think it is because of all the spiritual escapades I endured from my mom and her peeps during my early years. The world that I was introduced to was chock full of all kinds of dangerous wizards, witches, demons, spirits, etc. And I've talked about her spiritual beliefs a lot already. A lot of spiritual warfare over there. A common prayer growing up in our house was, Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray against rapists, kidnappers, murderers, evil spirits, witches, wizards, necromancers, any spirits sent to torment my family in the night, die by fire in the name of Jesus. Die! Die by fire in the name of Jesus. Like my roommate look at me like I'm crazy. So that was what was on my list of things to do in elementary school. Practice my spelling, finish my geography packet, beware of necromancers. We prayed against night marauders, foul-smelling demons, blood-sucking demons, casting and binding demons whenever it was necessary. I remember being in churches filled with adults, crying, screaming, falling, sweating the demons away. It was a lot. And I think it blurred the line between the real world and the supernatural world. Now, like I said, I can't be 100% certain that experiencing those things as a child is the reason why I still have a nightlight as a grown-ass adult. I think I was already a pretty sensitive child, so at best, those experiences just didn't help. Maybe a scary movie here or there would have been okay, but living with the fear of spiritual entities every single day might have been too much for me. I feel like I have too many memories of physiological fear stored up in my body that I haven't figured out how to release, overcome, extinguish, all of that. Okay, so now I've arrived to the land of non-belief. I fully embrace the fact that I no longer believe in a god or in supernatural entities. And I was really worried that some people might point to my fear as proof that I'm just pretending that I don't believe in a god. That is not the case. I stand firmly in my identity as an atheist. I just wondered if there were other former believers who had similar religious experiences to mine who struggled with the same thing, that is the Heebie Jeebies, and I wanted to talk about it. How do I get my rational mind to defeat my irrational mind and eradicate those remnants of fear from my body before it turns into full-blown Heebie Jeebies? There has to be some way to reprogram my subconscious mind, but I haven't done much to address those feelings. So what can I do? One thing I think helps is to follow through with a scary thought. Asking myself questions like, what am I really afraid of? Pain? In those moments of heebie-jeebies, am I afraid that something's gonna pop up and bite me or cause other forms of bodily harm? Is it death that I'm worried about? Okay, so is a girl from The Ring gonna drag me into a closet and murder me? No? So what is actually going to happen in those situations? Nothing. Nothing has happened every single time. Listing the potential outcomes usually brings me back to earth in the moment, but I'm trying to find preventative measures. Ordinarily, I would spend a lot of time avoiding thinking about scary things in general, but now I'm starting to wonder if maybe I should think about those scary things more often in a rational way so that those rational thoughts start to take up more real estate in my subconscious mind. I also want to start recognizing the uselessness of fear in those moments of heebie-jeebies and see if that helps. Because fear won't actually solve the problem of a ghost appearing, you know? In those moments of heebie-jeebies, I want to be able to recognize that if anything supernatural does occur, there's not a gosh darn thing I can do about it. So I might as well go on down these stairs and let what will happen, happen. Fear is not a useful tool in how I want to live my life, and neither are supernatural beliefs. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that. I have no idea if any of this makes sense to anyone. I am in a place in my life where I'm trying to be intentional about addressing any lingering effects of my extreme religious upbringing, and I had a feeling of this area of fear might be one of them. I am notorious for being a wuss when it comes to scary things and also violence and blood and gory stuff. I am incredibly protective over what images and experiences that I intake. My mind just does not let things go. It's very repetitive. So more exploration to come. So tell me, what do you think about my moments of heebie-jeebies? Does that ever happen to you? How do you handle it? How do you handle fear in general? Did your religious upbringing have any lingering effects on you? How can I reprogram my subconscious? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Share this video with a friend who loves horror movies. As usual, people, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you get an alert when I post my next video. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.